Why do you think some atheists have bad objections to Christianity?
What seems to happen in these kind of situations, someone begins or starts or loses their faith, they may go on, Google and look up, arguments against God or the Bible is dumb.com. I don't know, something like that. And they'll look up these arguments that they see online. And then the next time they go to church, they ask someone, well, if God exists, why did X, Y, or Z happen in the Bible? And then someone can't answer that question. And then they ask the next person, they can answer that question. And before you know it, they've got like this tally marks of all the people who have not been able to answer their questions. And then they feel justified in not believing in God, and they keep on, then they go to YouTube and look at these popularizers, someone like maybe Arn Ra or Matt Dillahunty, who I think just present some of the worst arguments against Christianity. And I've debated both of these gentlemen. You can find on my YouTube channel. And what it seems to be the case is they've only looked at it far enough to where they feel they're justified. And they feel they're justified because they talk to the average Christian, and the average Christian can't answer some of these what really are bad objections, or in many cases, not even actual objections against Christianity. For example, I was talking to a young lady once, and she told me she was an atheist. And I said, well, why are you an atheist? What reasons do you have to be an atheist? And she said, well, because the Bible is full of contradictions. Now, your average Christian is probably going to jump in and start trying to give answers or start responding to this alleged objection against Christianity. But note a few things about her response. Her response to why are you an atheist is not to give reasons for atheism, but to attack Christianity. However, attacking Christianity does not prove atheism, right? So my response wasn't to defend scripture or ask her for examples. My response was, and how does that prove there's no God? And she looked at me stunned, because no one's ever asked her that. And so I to kind of break the awkward silence, I said, let me put it this way. If God exists, would he have existed prior to the Bible being written? And she said, well, yeah, but I don't believe in God. I said, no, I understand that, but just follow me here. If God exists, would he have existed prior to the Bible being written? And she says, yeah, if he exists. I said, okay, great. So even though I disagree with what you said, let's assume that's true and there are contradictions. If God exists before the Bible is written, how would a Bible full of contradictions make him stop existing or disappear from out of existence? What am I missing here, right? And again, she was stunned. She didn't know what to say, because every time she's done this, I'd imagine she usually just gets into a debate with Christians, but I'm throwing the ball back in her court, asking her how this justifies her disbelief in God. So I think a lot of these bad objections are for a few reasons. One, they're not looking seriously into this. They're looking into it far enough to where they can, quote, win a debate with a believer at their church or something. And two, because these objections have not gone answered by their peers within their circle of influence. And like I said, a lot of these aren't even objections against God or Christianity. They're just complaints or things that are not relevant to the truth or falsity of whether or not God exists or Christianity is true.